Hello and welcome. My name is Allison Jane. Thanks for coming to class today. Today we're going to practice yoga. Yoga ground is this class, and what I'd like for you to be thinking about throughout the practice is this aspect of yoga called Ahimsa. And Ahimsa is roughly translated, it's a Sanskrit word, translated as non-violence or non-harming. Right, and that's easy to sort of think about as like, oh, well, I'm not walking around the streets like knocking anybody in the face or anything like that. But ahimsa is more, when we think about it in a yogic way, we think about like how our energy is maybe contributing to environmentalism or to negativity in our households or things like this. Like, how can we resist harming others? Even just the energies in the space. So just kind of give that little framework around our practice today. It will be a shorter practice. I'd love if you could grab some supports. If you have blocks, that's great. Anything else that you've managed to make work for you that's something similar to that, awesome. Also do grab a blanket. We're going to start on the back. Here I've got the blanket folded lengthwise so that you have a little bit of a mound, and then we're just going to tuck this portion under so that you have a little like headrest. If that feels uncomfortable, you can always keep it lying flat. Then we're just going to come to lie on your back, right? And we'd love for the base of the blanket to hit right about your sacrum and then to fall along your spine. Do make sure that the head is supported. If you need that pillow, please go ahead and give it. You can take your feet flat up against the floor. If you'd like a little hip opening, you'll take the soles of the feet to touch, and you can either leave the knees hanging in the air, or if you like, take these fantastic little supports here and allow your knees to be supported, right? Take your time. Go ahead and set up this first pose. We're going to take right hand to the heart, left hand to the belly. And even though it's tempting to want to hold into the center of the body, just feel yourself drop the elbows down towards the floor, make some space in the shoulders, close the eyes. And here, we're starting to very gently open up the front of the body, a little bit of a back bend, making some space for air to flow in through the collarbones, through the front of the chest, into the belly. The whole front body feels expansive. And just watch the breath here. There's no need to belabor the breath or try to shift or manipulate it. Just allow your body to be breathed as you rest in this posture. And as you notice the qualities of your breathing, notice the feelings that rest on your heart. Notice the thoughts running through your mind. And just make space for yourself as you are in this present moment in time, trusting that the posture is doing the medicine. It's absolutely enough. All you need to do is just sit here and lie here and breathe into the shape, allowing your attention to focus on the breath. We'll just take several more moments here as we ground down into this moment, allowing the nervous system to calm, the heart rate to slow, and then gently take your hands behind the knees or the thighs. Just bring your feet to touch the floor if they're not there already. Go ahead and move your blocks off to one side. We're just going to roll over onto one side and then move the blanket off to one side. Come back to lie on your back. Arms can now come alongside the body. And you'll feel like The chest and the belly feels a little concave since we've been in this heart opener. We're just going to move on the breath. So inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky into the space behind you, lengthening arms up and back. And then as you exhale, hands come back alongside the hips. And we'll just take several rounds of breath like this, connecting breath to movement, allowing the inhale and the exhale to become seamless. So when you hit the top of your inhale, we just start to descend into the exhale, hands come back down. See if you can smooth the edges of the breath. So we're starting to shape the breath, lengthening it, smoothing it out. Next time your hands are alongside your hips, go ahead and keep them there. Pause. We're going to press into the feet, press into the hands, and carry the hips up towards the sky. Just take a gentle bridge pose, lifting the hips higher than the heart. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press all 10 toes into the earth. Feel as if your glutes and your quads are active. Continue pressing upper arms and palms into the earth. Notice if the quality of your breath has shifted. Try to maintain that long, smooth breath. Navel drops in towards the spine. Carry your hips just a centimeter, a millimeter higher. And then on your next exhale, allow them to drop down towards the floor. We're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. Shin comes in towards the knees. Give yourself a big hug. You can rock from side to side. Start to massage out the back. And then maybe you start to rock forward and back until you come all the way up to your sit bones. Pause here. We're pausing in Navasana, boat pose. Hands stay behind the thighs. Reach the chest forward. Shins are parallel to the floor. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together. Lift the corners of the mouth. Soften the forehead. Soften the gaze. And then drop the feet down towards the earth. We're going to come onto hands and knees. So come to tabletop position. Move your blocks so that they're towards the front of your mat. And then the hands are directly underneath shoulders, hips are over the knees. Spread all 10 fingers wide, all 10 toes are pressing into the earth. We'll just move through some cat-cow here. So inhale, heart shines forward, sit bones reach up. Exhale, round, hug navel in towards the spine. Inhale, heart shines forward, back of the neck stays long, curl the back toes under. And then exhale, crown of head drops down towards the floor, rounding the spine. Keep the eyes closed, allowing yourself to keep the focus internal, allowing yourself to really focus on the breath, the connection between the movement and the breath. And then just allow yourself to find your tabletop position. We're going to inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, really twist here, keeping the pelvis neutral to the floor. And then as you exhale, thread it through underneath the right arm, resting on left shoulder. And we're just going to walk this right arm forward. Tent up your fingertips, find length on the whole right side of body. So we're drawing the right hip crease back in space, reaching the right fingertips forward in space, lengthening side of body. 3 breaths here. Keep drawing your low belly in towards the spine. So we're just firming the low belly in, supporting the low back. Breathe into back body, into side ribs. And then just allow the right hand to come back alongside the face. We're going to press into your right hand, reach the left arm up, take a gentle twist, and then hand comes down towards the earth. We'll do the other side. Inhale, right arm up towards sky. Exhale, thread it through underneath the left. We're resting on right shoulder. Slowly walk that right arm forward. Draw the left hip crease back in space. 3 full complete breaths here, still keeping that connection to the breath, smoothing the edges of your breath. Notice if your body wants to collect tension. See if you can soften any tension your body is starting to hold. And then walk left hand back alongside the face. We press into the left hand, reach the arm up towards the sky, and then come right back down. And allow yourself to walk the hands one handprint in front of your shoulders, curl the back toes under. We reach the seat up and back for downward facing dog. Take your feet mat distance apart, and then just bend and straighten your knees. Gaze can come in between the thighs. You're welcome to close your eyes once more if you like that internal gaze. And then find some stillness in your down dog. Maybe walk your feet so that they're hip distance apart. Pressing down through forefinger and thumb. We squeeze the upper arms in towards the ears. 3 full breaths here, inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth and just sigh it out. Inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. You're even welcome to vocalize here. Inhaling last time through the nose. And exhale, release. Feel your heels draw down towards the earth. Great. We're going to lift that right leg up and back. Allow the hip to open. So the right toes are pointing out towards the side, but the right shoulder is dropping down towards the earth. You'll feel you might make some more space in the left heel or in the left calf as you drop the heel down towards the earth. And then bend the knee. Take the knee up towards the sky and then make some circles with your right knee, just opening up that right hip, and then go the other way. Just 3 to 5 circles, just warming up that hip, and then step it forward in between your hands. We're going to step just a little right of center. Drop the left knee down towards the earth, uncurl the toes. We walk the hands up the knee. Reach the sternum up towards the sky. You can stay here. If you like, reach the arms up alongside the ears. Asana. Feel the left toes pressing into the earth. The fingertips reaching up towards the sky. 3 breaths here. Face is soft. And then hands come down towards the floor. Keep left hand on the earth. We're just going to reach the right arm up towards the sky. Once again, creating this twist. And then right hand comes down towards the floor. Press into your hands. Curl the left toes under. Lift that knee. We're in a low lunge. And then we're just going to step the right leg up and back. And then bring it down, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, flutter out the lips. Left leg lifts, toes are pointing down towards the floor, and then open up that hip, feel the hip open, maybe you drop right heel down towards the floor, and then bend the knee, take heel towards the seat. We make big circles with the left knee, and then go the other direction, and then allow yourself to step the left foot forward, drop the right knee down towards the earth, uncurl right toes, walk the hands up the thighs. Again, sternum reaches forward, feel the whole right side of the whole front of your right hip opening here. And then maybe reach the arms up alongside the ears. We have 3 breaths. Allow yourself to focus on the breath. Hug the belly in towards the spine. Feel your tailbone lengthening down towards floor. And then hands come down towards the mat. Press into the right hand as you reach the left arm up towards the sky. Gaze is up towards the left thumb. Here we're hugging the belly in towards the spine, squeezing the thighs together in towards midline. And then hand comes down towards the mat. Press into your hands, curl right toes under, lift that knee. Coming through a low lunge, we reach that left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Come on down, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, come into plank pose. Hold your plank, 3 breaths. Heels are drawing towards the space behind you, crown of head reaching towards the space in front of you. The gaze is up at the front of your mat. Feel as if you're drawing your inner thighs up towards the sky. Heart shines open. And then just lower yourself down towards the floor. Uncurl the toes. We're gonna walk the hands forward, coming into a Sphinx pose. So here, we have the option to take the elbows out wide, pressing into the hands, reaching the heart forward. If you feel like you have more space in your back, then you can go ahead and take the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. What we want to avoid here is dumping into the low back. So if you feel any sort of pain or tension in your low back, keep the elbows out a little wider. We want to feel as if we're reaching heart towards the space in front of you, keeping the back of the neck long here. So we're opening up the upper thoracic spine. Just take a few rounds of breath here. Feeling the pubic bone drop down towards the earth. Reconnect with that long, smooth breath. Always allowing the breath to be your guide. And then we walk the hands alongside the body. Curl the back toes under, either through plank or tabletop. Press yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Lift the left leg up and back, bend the knee, take heel towards seat. Just open up your hip and then step it forward in between your hands. And this time we're going to drop the right heel down towards the mat and cartwheel open towards warrior two. So front heel's in line with the back inner arch. Arms are reaching out wide. Knee is tracking over the ankle. Gaze is over the left middle finger. Inhale, reach arms up towards the sky, straighten the front leg. And then exhale, open to your warrior two. 3 times, inhaling, squeezing the lower abs in, exhaling, and open. 1 more time, inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, warrior two. We move right into side angle, taking forearm down to thigh, right arm comes alongside the ear. Press down through your right heel, the outer edge of your right foot, as you draw the left knee forward in space. Rib cage rolls up towards sky. We're creating this little twist action. And then press into your feet, come back to your warrior two. We're going to cartwheel the arms to frame the left foot, spin onto the ball of the right foot, press into your hands, reach that left leg up and back, and then drop it down towards the earth. We'll do the other side. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back, bend the knee, opening up your hip, and then step it forward in between your hands. Spin the left heel down. We cartwheel arms around and open. Feel free to take your time to really adjust your base. Ensure that the torso is not leaning forward or back, but is directly over your hips. Gaze is over the middle finger once more. We'll move on the breath here. Inhaling, straightening the front leg, and then exhaling, opening wide. Inhale, squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift out of both sides of waist. Exhale, warrior two. Side angle pose, forearm comes to thigh. Left arm reaches right alongside the ear. Feel as if you're drawing your right sit bone underneath the body, wrapping it around while you're drawing the right knee forward. And then all the while we roll the left rib cage up towards the sky. Breathe into this shape. 3 full complete breaths. See if you can find that balance of effort and ease, that aspect of Ahimsa, non-harming. And then we come back to warrior two. Cartwheel hands down to frame the right foot, spin onto the ball of the left foot. We're going to sweep that right leg up and back, and then down towards the earth. Come forward into your plank pose. We're going to take the left hand to the center of the mat, roll to the outer edge of the left foot, stack your ankles, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Vashisthasana side plank. If you need to, drop that left knee down towards the earth, give yourself some support, and then maybe lift the right leg up. You can also stay in that traditional Vashisthasana and lift your leg from here. Totally up to you. I'm going to stay with the knee dropped. Just a couple more breaths. And then hand comes down towards the earth. Come back to your plank pose. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Okay, so then we're just going to do the other side. So pull forward plank pose once again. And then just set on up for the other side. If you needed to, drop the leg, roll onto the inside of the left foot, and then reach the left arm up towards the sky. Take whatever version you took on the other side, and allow yourself to focus once more on breath, right? Where can we smooth the breath? Where can we meet ourselves with this full, beautiful, smooth breath? And then hand comes back down towards the earth, plank pose, and then draw the hips up and back. From downward facing dog, allow yourself to drop down onto your forearms. So the elbows are underneath the shoulders. We're going to keep them parallel. All 10 fingers are pressing into the earth. Bend your knees if you need. Carry the hips up towards the sky. The gaze comes in between the thighs. We're in dolphin pose. We're going to take 3 to 5 breaths here. If you can, feel yourself drop the heels down towards the earth and keep pressing into your hands, press into your forearms, lift out of the shoulder girdle, lengthen through both sides of waist, and just continue focusing on the breath. Drop the knees down towards the earth. We're going to take a child's pose. So keep the knees together, toes to touch, heels, the seat comes to the heels, and then we're going to take the forehead down towards the earth, reach the hands back behind you, palms face up towards the sky. We're in traditional child's pose. Rock your forehead from side to side. Okay. Come back up onto all fours. And then lift the seat up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to reach the left foot up and back, bend the knee, take heel towards the seat. And here, we're just going to allow the foot to drape back behind you. You can stay here if this already feels like enough of a stretch for you. If you'd like to take it into wild thing, you're just going to flip your dog, placing the foot down on the earth, carrying the hips up towards the sky, opening up into this rock star position, placing the foot down on the earth, carrying the hips up towards the sky. Reach the left arm forward. Really breathe into the whole front of the body. 3 breaths here, feeling this back bend. And then gently place left foot back on, or left hand down on the earth. Hug the knee in towards the chest and then place it down on the earth. We're in downward facing dog once more. Inhale, we reach the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, take heel towards the seat. And then again, start to peel the hip open. Any amount, you can just stay here if this feels like we're enough today and that's where you're at. If you'd like, continue to just play with placing that foot down on the earth, lifting your hips up, reaching the right arm forward, and here we're really opening up the whole front of the right-sided body. Gaze is up towards the middle finger. We have some space between our shoulder and our ear. Big full breaths into front of body. And then place the right hand down on the earth. We're going to hug the knee in towards the chest, and then place sole of the foot down on the earth. Drop the knees once more, coming into child's pose. Seat comes to heels, reach the arms forward, forehead comes down towards the mat. 3 breaths into the low back. Gently start to wake yourself up. Come on upright. We're going to take all 10 toes underneath the body. So basically just curl your toes under, squeeze the heels together, and then just sit up on your knees. Hands can come to the thighs. Feel the sit bones directly over your heels. This might already feel pretty intense. That's okay. We're stretching the bottoms of the feet. If you feel like you have a little bit more in you, you'd like to move the upper body, we're going to take eagle arms, taking the right arm into a 90-degree angle, wrap the left arm around, bringing the backs of the hands to touch or the palms to touch. Breathe into the upper thoracic spine, gaze stays right in between your forearms. Feel your belly draw in towards your spine, just firming in your low abs. And if you like, you can gently start to extend the arms up towards the sky and maybe tilt back into a little baby back bend here. Hugging the belly in towards the spine. So really this back bend just originates from the navel northward. And then go ahead and open the arms wide and just feel as if you're turning doorknobs with your hands, allowing that turning to originate from the shoulder. If you need to, go ahead and just give your legs a little bit of reprieve, but keep your toes curled under, and then seat comes back to the heels. We'll do the other side. So your options are hands just resting on your thighs, focusing on your breath, or moving toward this eagle arm pose, Garandasana. Starting with left arm in a 90-degree angle, wrapping the right arm around it, bringing palms to touch, backs of the hands to touch. Gaze stays at the forearms. If you choose to play with the extension, you can do that. Honoring where you are today, working within this aspect of Ahimsa, this non-violence, right? This non-harming towards self, towards others. Reach the arms out wide. Again, we're just going to turn those doorknobs and then come up off the feet. We're just going to swing the legs out in front of you. So here you might want to bring back your blanket, sitting up on your blanket if that feels good for you, taking your hips a little higher than your heels. And then sit up tall, hands can come back behind you, reach the heart forward, flex your feet, draw the thigh bones down towards the floor, legs are engaged. We're in staff pose. And then allow yourself to slowly walk forward, hinging at the hips, reaching the heart towards the toes. And then allow yourself to continue walking forward, then start to round the upper back, feeling nose energetically come to the knees. You're welcome to interlace the fingers in between your toes. If you can reach them, if you can't reach them, that's fine. You can just keep your hands on your shins or on your knees, whatever's available today. And then just settle in. We're going to take 5 to 7 breaths here. Softening into the body, softening into the shape of surrender. Notice if your relationship to your breath has shifted. Notice if your energy has shifted. Allowing anything to show up. Embracing every feeling, every thought. Gently roll yourself on upright. We're going to come off the blanket and come to lie down. So here, reach the arms forward, feet are in line with the hips. We're just going to roll onto the back, slowly placing one vertebra down, each at a time, allowing your belly to drop down towards your spine until you come all the way down to the floor. Go ahead and hug your knees in towards your chest, reach through the thighs, catch hold of the outer edges of your feet, coming to happy baby, and just rock from side to side. Feel free to close out your practice with any other postures that you feel you need. And then extend the legs out in front of you, setting up for Shavasana. Feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance apart.
We press into the hands, gently lift the heart up towards the sky, tucking the shoulders underneath the body, flipping the palms up towards the ceiling. Give the head a little shake from side to side, and feel the whole front of the body now soften down to the earth. Close the eyes if they're not closed already. Or just be quiet here for a few moments, resting in Shavasana. And you can continue to stay in the Shavasana for an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you have time for. But if you'd like to close out class with me, just start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, the space behind you. Just lengthening out through both right and left sides of the body. We're going to bend the knees, place soles of the feet on the earth, and just roll over onto one side. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. And take a deep breath here. Exhale, release. Press yourself back on upright, coming back to this easy seat. Once you're present, bring your palms to touch in front of heart center. Press your thumbs into sternum in towards the thumbs. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me and for allowing me to be your guide. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat, Namaste.